I got them cleaned. So now I'm gonna boil them for a few minutes. Shoot.
And then just kind of lay the copper in.
Like that.
Kind of.
Hey everyone, welcome back to drybonesgarage. I hope this video finds you well. This episode's part of a series where my dad and I take a 63 Corvair and turn it into a hot rod. In this specific video, we work on the taillights, so I hope you enjoy it. This is what I picked.
Okay, so those need to get cleaned up.
Okay everyone, welcome to the automotive kitchen show with Amanda. Welcome to the show. No, you're awful. Welcome to Cooking Plastic with Amanda.
Yay!
But on a serious note, I'm going to be cleaning the plastics and taking all the grime and dirt off of them. And Dad said to boil them for a few minutes so that something having to do with...
It'll make it more like elastic.
Yeah. Just in case you're concerned, we used a pot Mom doesn't care about a whole lot.
Is it boiling yet?
No. You think it's boiling? Is that boiling?
Yeah.
Alright, I got them cleaned. So now I'm gonna boil them for a few minutes. It is 10:21, so when should I pull these out?
Maybe 24.
Alright.
I love
shoot.
plastic soup.
Shoot.
What'd you do?
They're sticking.
Maybe do one at a time.
I screwed up big time. Wait, no. Okay. This one's good. Okay. Is it sticking because it's... Okay, it's not melting. I don't think it is. Okay, so they aren't melted. They just were sticking for some reason. I'm sorry, I don't really know what I'm doing. I took the pot off the heat and now it's just sitting in the water. Like this. I'm afraid to let it sit on the bottom for too long.
You think it's elastic enough?
I feel like it, I don't know if this is good for it or not. Kind of wonky now. I don't know. I feel like I have to talk to Dad. I feel like bring him inside.
Call him.
Hello.
What's going on?
I tried boiling the a couple of the orange. I'm not sure what those are called. The orange lights.
Marker lights, yeah.
And I kind of got scared because it looked like they were melting and they look a little warpy, and I'm not sure if that's what they originally looked like or.
Hold on a second.
Love you, bye.
Yep. That worked a little. Did it work in the kettle?
They sank to the bottom right away, and I tried to grab them with those tongs.
Yeah, I bet you what they did is the bottom of that pan was like full.
Full what?
This is what they're supposed to look like. Trying to do is get rid of some of the... Doesn't look to me like you did a thorough job of cleaning these though. Yeah, we'll have to play with these.
So does that mean not boiling them?
Apparently these are a little bit more sensitive to light than the other guys', which is kind of too bad because these really could use a bit of refreshing.
Yeah. But I saw another method where they like sanded it with something, or like they took water to it and took.
Yeah, we can sand these and polish them too, potentially.
Yeah, and then they spray painted it with some like
Clear paint.
or something like having to do with protecting it from UV light.
Yeah, clear paint.
I feel kind of stupid now.
That improved. Why?
I cleaned it. I didn't boil all of them. I just boiled
you to do
these
it.
two.
What do you feel stupid about?
I feel like I did something wrong.
Apparently we did. The question is why? What is so different about this than what that guy did? And he had beautiful results. How long were they in there? Like right now?
Yeah, the first minute they were in there, they started sticking, and it pulled them out right away.
Okay. So they're too sensitive. Different material, I guess. Okay.
So we're gonna try it again and see if it was.
Then do a test piece with one that's broken.
Yeah.
Granted, I probably shouldn't be doing this. We might have to try and save this one. This is supposed to bring back some of the resiliency and flexibility and sheen of the plastic. Sure doesn't look like it on those, but maybe these are just beyond done.
There.
Do you have the whole burner going?
Yes.
Like a goober?
Yes.
No. Okay, so we let this in here. How long did you leave it in?
20, 30 seconds, kind of.
Looks like all it needs is a dip, and that's... Tell me that doesn't look nicer than when it went in. Is that bizarre? Yeah, it looks like it's just a few seconds is enough to... That's definitely improved.
So only dip them in for a few?
I'd say just a few seconds and done. I watched that guy do that. I think we were working on that 68 Cutlass.
Yeah.
Or I was, so that's 15 years ago now.
So
Maybe my memory is way off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess just quick dip and done. Let's see if we can get this one to soften up. Try and rearrange it a little. I don't know. That thing is getting hot, but it doesn't seem to be wanting to move. Maybe these were... I can't tell if this is deflecting at all under pressure or not. You got me nervous about it now. If they actually warped in the water, but they look like they warped in the same place and then pretty much the same way. That's bizarre. Yeah, this one's kind of jigged, but I suppose we could epoxy it.
Yeah.
The ends and then just drill a hole for the screws. If we can, keep... clean them up. We'll take the best of what we got, throw it on there. Be very careful about how we mount it.
So I don't need to boil it?
Well, these still need cleaning, kiddo.
I thought I scrubbed them already.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, that dirt's coming out of there.
Okay. Okay, alright. Don't give me that.
Elbow grease is a really good tool, kiddo. I wonder if we can hit this with get some 2000 grit or something.
Yeah.
And try and bring this back. Though I am almost thinking about just removing this completely.
That cap thingy?
Yeah, I'm thinking about putting 2 little LEDs somewheres in the ceiling, somewheres on the C-pillar, a couple of lights underneath the back of the front seats, kind of beaming down into the footwell, and then a couple up underneath the dash beaming down into the footwell. The thing is, I've got those LED jobs in white and red, and they would be kind of cold. It'd be a cold light in there. It wouldn't be all that warm and inviting like the 60s cars with the incandescents. So we can buy the lights that would have been, but I haven't seen repops yet necessarily. Granted, I haven't been going to places like Year One to see about buying new for an Impala or something. The lights that were in the C-pillars, there's got to be something out there. I just haven't found it yet. But I haven't been looking that hard either. It's one of those, I think I want to get rid of this and put some lights elsewhere just to better illuminate the car. That one dome in the center, it does the job, but you in that car alone at night, I want that thing to light up like a Christmas tree in case somebody's in the back of that thing or something. You sleep.
Yeah.
Don't want there to be any hiding places in that car at night. when you kick that door open.
Dad tried to boil it some more, this one that we first boiled, and see if we weren't imagining things. And we were not. It actually is getting more warped. So I'm just gonna clean them up a bit more and figure it out from there.
This is going to be pigtails for either your brake and marker lights or for your reverse lights. Got these off of Fleabay. Okay, markers. In theory, these should work in your tail lights. And we still haven't found the pigtails for the front markers. I don't know if we need these for those yet or not. I swear I had a better stock than better stock than this. Some of these I've had forever. These are from when I still had the blue dually. Those are probably all leftovers from the HHR. When we had the HHR, when we were running the HHR. But yeah, simple as that. Not even an eighth of a turn and they're in. They only go in one way. All right. If you try and turn them the other way, once you squeeze that pigtail down, it's not going to turn. It's not going to lock. So we got to ground that. We got to put power to it. Figure out which wire is which. Mark, brake, mark dim, bright dim, however you want to do it. And then we can start figuring out how we got to tie these in. What alterations we got to make to actually mount these into these housings. And these housings still need to get cleaned up. Holy crap. But yeah, a nice little project for you. That looks like tail. And there's your brake. So this needs to get marked. This is your brake light. So whoever built these pigtails did it kind of dippy. Yeah, that's kind of why. So brake, tail.
How do you do that? Is there like tape or something?
Yeah, just wrap it with tape.
Okay.
And then double check it. Okay. Housing to ground. The housing is on your ground terminal. Wire to power. That looks like tail there, right?
What is that one?
It should be brake, but I'm not getting to the wire anymore. And this is butcher. This is just a cheap trick to get it done. I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it wrong. It's wrong. You see how bright that is?
Yeah.
That's your brake light. There's your tail light.
What happens if you put both wires together?
You mean that?
Oh.
I love that glow.
I do too. Alright, this one's brake. This one's tail. Brake, tail, tail. Bright. Not as bright. Hooray. Hooray. So do I just keep wiggling this?
No, don't waste your time on it. We're gonna cut those out. We'll put the new ones in. That there is done. It's biffed. Don't pull on it too hard or, abuse it, because if it breaks and starts cutting fingers open, that would get unpleasant fast, right?
Go to the hospital.
Yeah, I don't want to have to do that. So we'll get those all out. We'll clean these all up. You got the Dremels floating around here somewhere. We'll probably take like a cutoff wheel and a 4-inch grinder and zick, if you can be very careful and not chew this up.
So do I have to cut it as close as I can without
gouging, and then we can maybe get in there with like a dikes and
Well, that's interesting. that good enough? And
No,
if it isn't,
that's got to come out.
I kind of like the Made in the USA.
Yeah.
I wanted to keep it. Okay.
That or the Dremel's out there too. You can use the Dremel. If I recall, we're going to have to open these up anyways, so it wouldn't hurt if you actually bit into them a little bit, you know, from in there.
There we go. Look at that.
Perfect. If you can get inside of the thing, you might be able to avoid the scarring, but just barely nibble at it. But that's what we need.
Since me and the polishing machine aren't really on good terms, it doesn't like me a whole lot, I wanted to try the Dremel and see how that would work on these and these. We couldn't find any polish anywhere, so Dad suggested using, or maybe trying to use some of this as a substitute.
It's a buffing compound.
Yes. A little dabble to you.
I noticed that some of the trim was still dirty, so I cleaned it with mineral spirits. Apparently I didn't get to those last August when I polished the rest of the pieces.
Yeah, I did that derp.
What happened?
No, I just put these gaskets on backwards. I mean, they'll still do the job, but they're gonna look funny. Okay, there's one pigtail. That said, we still need to modify them.
Yeah.
Take that. Ooh, we need to put a wire cup or a brush on the drill press. Clean these all up. those need to have solid contact to the body in order to ground. And these ground through the body, not, through a wire. So that's going to be one of those, put it together and then blow a mountain of undercoat up into the cavity.
Can I try?
Mm-hmm. See how this has these little tangs sticking out?
Yeah.
Line this up like so. The long ones wrap around the sheathing. The short ones pinch down into that. You use this. See how part of it's round and then it's got those little nubs there? What that does is it kind of guides these tangs, or whatever you want to call these little tabs, up, around, and then back into the copper. Okay? So you take it, line everything out, square it up, give it a good squeeze.
How do you hold on to this and do it at the same time? If the short ones are supposed to wrap around the wire?
The short ones go around the copper, the long ones go around the sheath.
I don't know how to do this without my thumb in the way. This seems to be a common theme.
What, you haven't had any practice?
Just that I don't know how to handle things.
You're struggling with it because you haven't done it before. That's all. Just relax. Here, let's do it like this. What I do, get that on it, and then just kind of lay the copper in. Because now this is holding on to that pin, right?
Right.
It ain't going nowhere, right? So now you do the sheath.
Sheath.
Mm-hmm. Wrap this one around the sheath. There, that should make it a little easier.
Like that?
Kind of. Okay. Want to make sure these are wired the same way. Okay, so the brake is to the left. Take and plug that in there.
Will it make it click?
When it's in there the right way, it will. Push it all the way in. A little more. There you go. Now work those gaskets down into the opening there. We're not quite ready to wire up the trunk yet.
Yeah.
But what we'll do is, now these are both wired common. We'll have to keep track. Brake, tail. And make sure that brake, tail are on the other side when we actually plug these in. Okay? That's good enough for now. That's where these actually ground. So that's going to be fun. All the rust in that car. We might have to actually do that differently. I wonder if we shouldn't get newer pigtails that ground into the harness instead of ground to the body, just because the amount of rust we left in the car. Notice I'm not hooking my fingers into anything. If that cup grabs it again, where's it going? Away from me, right? It's not going to take me with it. Much as I want to play Superman, I want to grab it and fight it, but I can't fight that machine. So it grabs something, it can have it. Take it. You know what I'm saying? I don't need that fight. And we are not going ape with this. We're just kind of cleaning the chunks up and getting rid of the worst of this. Ooh!
That one has a hole in it.
Yeah, let's see if we can find another one of those. I'm not sure how confident I am in these. Considering the shape the body of that car is in,
Yeah.
the shape these are in, I wonder if we shouldn't just halt what we're doing here
You get new ones?
and get, well, more modern pigtails. And then if we have to epoxy them into the housings, we epoxy them into the housings rather than rely on these for our grounds.
Yeah.
You know, and then run a ground wire. We've already got our ground established in the back of the car. We've got the engine grounded to the body, and now I've got it grounded to the frame too up front here. So everything should be grounded to everything. Because the body should be grounded to the frame via all the bolts where we picked up, because that's metal to metal, bolted straight together. So there shouldn't be any issues except all of the cancer that's in the sheet metal of this thing. And I am going to be running a separate ground up here at the front. That's going to run through basically this panel, or from here through the core support down to here. We'll ground it here, or yeah, I like back here because it's already, we've got our ground established right there. And then that'll ground everything in the front. The engine's grounded to itself and the chassis, right?
Right.
So we're good there, or should be good there, with all the sensors and whatnot. And in the taillights, we should stop what we're doing here and actually get, I don't know if we want to try reusing what came out of the Cutlass. Let's look at those. Oh, hey, use that in the car. Oh, those are big though. Those are crazy big. Those are even bigger than the ones we got.
Are you worried they won't fit?
Well, let's do some poking online, see if we can find something smaller. I don't want to use these. That wouldn't be terrible, but we'd have to cut it a certain way.
What is that?
That is a brake switch. That'll turn your brake lights on when you hit the pedal.
We can still use it?
Yeah, why not? As long as it works. I've got a new one, but it's threaded weird.
Yeah.
And there's no nuts with it, retaining nuts. As long as we can get some decent, I don't know if that's going to be metric or imperial, but we can probably use this one instead.
So, to sum things up, Dad got some new pigtails with ground wires. For time's sake though, I don't think I'm gonna be able to show you guys much more. In this episode anyways. Other than that, I hope you guys are all happy and doing well. And I'll see you next time. Bye!
Are you using these?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.